case. Quickly, just a few things, guys. Oh, you're funny. Thanks. How's it going, guys? Pretty good. Good to have you. Now, guys, for this evening, a few things that happened in here. Not too much, unfortunately, but one person did claim that they were touched a little bit, but there are mosquitoes here, so we just have to keep that in mind. 'Cause you never know. I mean, I've had one, hit me and go, did I do that? Not realizing it's a mosquito. In any case, hopefully most people put two and two together. In any case, he felt that. Another person claimed to have some direct communication with their K2 meter. Whether or not that's accurate, I'm not sure. I sat in with a group over here who asked for two signs. One sign, and I did hear a noise with them. Didn't hear that same noise, and then all of a sudden, 10
Thanks, Nick.
there you go. And then 10 or 15 minutes later, you hear another one. So we heard another one, but on command. So that's a little interesting, but probably just normal sounds. It sounded like, actually it sounded very similar to that, to be honest. It sounded almost like plastic settling.
Maybe it's ice in the
That's what we thought, maybe ice in the coolers or something, but it's something to keep in mind. Quickly, just a few quick pointers for a room like this, and some of this information may be common sense to some of you, and I apologize if I sound redundant. But, a few things to keep in mind here. When you're doing the EVP work, I know a lot of people are going to be inclined to whisper and that sort of thing, but it will be good to put a little tone into your voice. That way you'll be able to better interpret what you're hearing later, right? You want to hear a little tone, and that way, if you hear a whisper, you're going to go, man, I can't make that out. It's a whisper. What is it saying? I'm not sure. But if they have a little tone in your voice, you go, I remember that lady with the vest and the badge, and she was in my group. We had a great time. You recognize her voice, so that'll help you a little bit. Also, you're clearly going to hear and be ready for it. You're going to hear the sounds of people walking constantly. You're going to hear talking, of course. You're going to hear a lot of different sounds that are going to make you think, man, like this is a drag or whatever. But just remember that, use that as your barometer, right? That is now your level. Know that you're hearing all these voices. Know that you're hearing all these noises. And look for things out of that range, okay? Now you'll be listening for footsteps that are right in front of you instead of hearing all the ones that are 40 feet away and that sort of thing. Just ideas like that to make you not so worried. And remember, when people are having experiences in here, they're not paranormal investigators. I mean, they may be at times, but this is, a wedding. This is things where people are just doing what they're doing. They're not here trying to have these experiences, so don't be discouraged by the amount of people. If these have if they're a residual type of haunting, which we do think most of them may be in this building, they won't really be aware of time and space, or supposedly. They sort of just do their own thing. So they wouldn't know if there's 50 people or 1,000 people. And I always look at it as, if there's an intelligent haunting here, if he didn't like a group of people when he was alive, or she when he was alive, he or she may very well not like a group of people when they're dead, right? They may not care either way. So that would be the only time, I think, when you really got to worry about how many people are around. Because things do happen when there's tons of people all over the place. So keep that in mind. A few quick pointers about this specific room. Being in a big square like this, you have a tremendous amount of vantage points. You can really stand anywhere against the wall here on the sides and just see the entire room. So you won't miss anything. If something happens, you're going to see it. You hear something, as long as it's right in front of you. Don't be afraid to sort of work in little teams, doing some K2 or some EVP work or some EMF sweeps, that sort of thing, or trying to get a sign. If you find yourself, 10 or 15, 20 people in one little spot, maybe time to move around, right? Yeah. But, and just don't forget it. Use all of your senses, right? The gadgets are fun, and they work, but use, that to find your points of interest, and then use your senses. The greatest ghost time may be Houdini. All he had was a compass, right? Well, you as well. So don't forget. Your eyes and your ears and your sense of smell, of course, are going to be the most important. So, and also with these events, We are lucky enough to be put in a situation where we investigate the paranormal just about every day of our lives. So at these events, we like you guys to be able to do it. We don't want to, you watch us do it all the time. You don't need to come and watch us do it in person. So we want this to be your